Now that we have implemented validation on the server, it's time to implement validation on the client side. So we're going to show all validation errors in this form. Alright, I'm going to remove all registered users from the users table. And now let's figure out what component is responsible for rendering this form. As you can see, this is a page component which is called register. I'm going to open up this component in the editor. Here let's find the function responsible for handling registration form submission. It is called handle register, and right here, before we're going to submit the registration request, we have to make sure that all fields contain valid values. So I'm going to use validate email function to make sure that the email entered by the user is valid one. Right here we need to pass value of the email input field, which contains inside email reactive variable. And then if this email error constant is going to contain value, which means validate email function has returned validation error, we're going to assign this validation error to another reactive variable with a name error. This variable does not exist yet, so let's go up and declare one more reactive variable with a name error. And please note that we didn't have to manually import validate email function, since this function is defined in the file that is contained within utils folder, and all the functions that are exported from the files that are contained within utils folder are automatically going to be imported by Nuxt. So now it's time to show validation error in the UI. Let's scroll down to the template, and within this form I'm going to add additional block to show validation error. Let's assign a couple of classes. We're going to round corners of this block. Let's also make background of this block red with a shade of 100. I'm gonna use paddings of 3 units from all sides. Decrease font size. Make the text color of this block red with a shade of 700. And when dark mode is enabled, we're going to use background color red with a shade of 900 and opacity of 20%. And while dark mode is enabled, we're going to use text color red with a shade of 400. We're going to interpolate value of the error variable within this block like this. But for now, to test this out, I'm going to hardcode value of the error, and we will see such error message on the page. But of course, we only have to show this error block in case we have an error, which means when error variable will not be empty, and that is why I'm using Vue directive in here. So now let's try to input invalid email and make sure that the error block is going to be shown. There we go. Alright, cool. Now that we have validation ready for email field, it's time to apply the same validation to all the other fields. I'm going to duplicate this block with validation logic. In here, let's rename corresponding variables, because in this case, we're using validation for the password field. Let's call validate password function and pass value of the password field into this function. Right here, we also need to rename these variables. And finally, let's do it one more time for password confirmation error. Let's call validate password confirmation function and pass 2 variables as arguments in this case, because first argument should be value from the password field, and the second argument should be value of the password confirmation field. Because this function is going to compare both of these values, and if they are different, it is going to return an error message. And now if we'll enter values into those fields, depending on which values we have entered, we're going to see different validation errors. For now, it doesn't happen in real time. We always have to submit the form to see updated error messages. At the end, let's also make sure that we can still register users by providing valid values. Let's send this form, and there we go. We have been redirected to the playlists page, which means the new user has been registered. We can see the record of this user in the database.